And the fact that you compared the situation in Gaza to a genocide, and here we are, more than a year after you made those comments. I mean, does that mean that you would characterize what's happening in Gaza as a genocide as well?
I mean, I'm not actually sure how useful it is to say that. What is absolutely indisputable is that Israel is committing, and has been committing since October 2023, a very, very wide range of war crimes, which are in the legal parlance known as violations of international humanitarian law. That seems to me indisputable. And in a way, it doesn't really matter to the victims whether they are the victims of a war crime or the victims of a genocide. So I don't particularly want to go into that. I mean, it looks very, very likely. And I think that it would be extremely hard for lawyers to say that it isn't genocide, but that there needs to be a proper investigation for that. As I said, it's a slightly, it's not a particularly fruitful debate. If I may make one other comparison, in 1994, I was a very junior UN official in New York, and I was the note taker in the Security Council. And day after day, I reported to the Secretary General and other senior UN staff what their delegations were saying. And it's pretty embarrassing reading, because day after day, the American, French, and British ambassadors insisted that it wasn't genocide. Because, of course, had they admitted that it was genocide, they would have then been obliged under international law to take action to stop it, which they didn't want to do. So, of course, what happened? The killing went on. The genocide was declared later. Everybody said, frightfully sorry, so terribly sorry, and all that. But actually, they didn't really do much to stop it. And the great fear is that similarly the great powers, and not just those three powers and the permanent members of the Security Council, but regional powers in the Middle East too, what have they done really to stop this?